Hello!
Hello, everybody.
Good evening,
Good
if you're in
evening.
the UK, of course.
Yes, it could be good afternoon or good morning. Either way, hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are
Those vegan guys.
This is our beautiful fur baby, Isis, who, for the second time now in recent weeks, has sat on my knee during a live. Went upstairs for a wee just about 10 to, and she was just coming out of her bedroom. Yes, she has a bedroom. Not designated, it's just, empty, and she's took it. So, yeah, she's decided to join us again. All good for our Isis, I say.
How is everybody? And thank you, of course, for being here. Most importantly, we have our mods in the house. Thank you to our fabulous mods. This evening, Ashley and Leanne in the house. It's great to see you all. It's a chilled Friday night in our living room.
Yeah, just these Friday sessions. For those of you that don't know, that might be new to the channel, we do one definite live a week, and it goes Saturday, Friday, Sunday. So Saturday is 8:30 and a mukbang. That was last week.
Yes.
This week, Friday, live in the lounge, 9 p.m. Next week, Sunday, live in the kitchen, 3 p.m., where we usually cook something and have a bit of fun. So anyway, we hope you've been enjoying the Veganuary content. Although we've vlogged every day throughout, well, almost every day throughout December, and thus far, I believe we've vlogged every day in January.
Think so.
That's not how we're not daily vloggers. We would be if it was our full-time job, and that's the hope one day.
Yeah.
But throughout Veganuary, we deem it very important to offer as wide a support network as possible for people trying Veganuary, try and make it as easy as possible for them. And here we are. So, hello. Anyway, you're leaving now. Bye, darling. Oh, it was lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Albeit briefly.
Little critter. Oh, should we lean that back a bit now?
We can do, yes.
Just a smirch.
How's that?
It's a bit better.
That's better, isn't it?
Merch! Look, we're wearing our own merch. I designed this, and my beautiful friend Charlotte, Pee-wee Baggins on Instagram. 1E first, P-E, and then we, like a we, W-E-E, and then Baggins. She's a great artist. She brought it to life for me. So there you go, and that's, of course, what to say at the end of every video. Be excellent to yourself and each other.
Of course, of course.
We're having a tiny decaf.
Decaf coffee and a mint.
And a mint, which is our usual kind of thing
off
after dinner. We had a Chinese. Had our Chinese today.
Chinese fake away.
For those of you that don't know, something we have kind of regular, about once a fortnight, once every 3 weeks, depending how we feel. Where is next on your supermarket vlogs? Alex, I'm very glad you asked, because we filmed it today, along with the Morrisons one. We've had a very busy day today. Yeah, we filmed the Morrisons one today, by the way. And then we came home. Well, then we went to Iceland and filmed tomorrow's vlog.
Yes. Iceland, the store.
Yes. And that will be up tomorrow. And then we came home, Jason edited, and we uploaded, had our dinner. Here we are.
Oh, decaf coffee and a mint. Lovely. For anyone interested, by the way, our go-to after dinner mint, or after any situation mint, depending on your preferences, is from Tesco. Tesco's own.
Tesco's own brand, pound a box, not marked vegan by ingredient.
Oh, nice one, Leanne. Leanne says, we are just scoffing the wicked kitchen strawberry cheesecake from the meal deal. Blooming lush.
Marvellous.
Nice.
Oh, and can I just say, I know that people are trying to be helpful, but I'm not sure how sending me a picture of the meal deal that you've been able to find helps.
Has somebody sent you a picture of where they've got the meal
deal? Have you not seen
from?
all the comments we've had
I've seen a few.
We found this in ours. It's it's like it's not well. We stopped filming it on the 8th. We haven't looked for it since. That's part of the fun. It's just been a fun little thing to do. But I still don't know how somebody across the country sending me one saying, "Well, we've got it in ours," helps.
As we've always said, it's partly geographical and it's partly store management. And that's ultimately what it boils down to. And we're of course well aware of this, being seasoned shopping vloggers.
Somebody's done a little search, and apparently, I don't know if this is correct, so don't quote me. But she did provide a picture of the Tesco website, and it said, "Wicked meal deal available from the 13th of January to the 20th of May."
Oh. So it is a finite period of time.
It would seem to be a finite period of time, but it's much longer than Veganuary.
Yeah.
January, February, March, April, May.
Yeah. Maybe that's kind of like a designated trial period that's obviously longer than Veganuary, but it might still be a trial to see how successful it is.
It might be. So hopefully, don't forget we filmed up until the 8th. Now, if it wasn't actually anyone who's got it before that, you're lucky. It might be that the 13th is the kind of designated date for it to be official. So we'll wait a couple of days more.
Holly says...
And then hopefully we'll go on a hunt and we'll get one.
Holly says it was 13th question mark. It was in store on the 5th.
Yeah.
And I read it was officially released, supposed to be released on the 3rd of January. So.
I wonder whether that is just an online thing.
Maybe.
You can book it online from the 13th of January to it might be that, or it might have been that person's particular store. The app might be kind of localized. Who knows? The fact is, it wasn't in any of our 3 local stores, but it will be fun to vlog when it is and complete it as a little vlog journey to get the wicked meal deal.
Yes. Chris and Will. Lol, would anyone like any situation mint? I like that. That made me smile. And Leanne, rubbing your nose in it much? Only a little bit, Leanne.
I think people are trying to help.
But you know what?
But I don't know how it helps. I just wish people ask themselves, how does this help?
We've got such a plethora of good stuff in the fridge and freezer from the last week or two. So we are certainly not without. And I'm very grateful for that. So that is nice.
Maximo Kit. Oh,
sorry.
Are you?
No. I was conscious that we'd. I think we had got a super chat that we'd missed. So I was.
Well, pop up then, so we can.
I'll have a look. Thomas, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated.
But you retracted your message. Did you mean to retract your super chat? Because I don't mind.
That's quite okay.
Obviously, we don't mind.
We don't mind at all.
Probably didn't. Maximum Kit says all the fries cream bars are vegan. I've read something recently about milk being added, and I'm sure it's to the fries cream bars.
Right.
So just check that out.
Check your labels.
Yeah, be careful with that one. Annie Mac, do you like V-Bites cheating tempeh rashers? We've had them.
I was going to say I've got a vague recollection, but it's been a while.
Yeah, we've had them and they're lovely. What I prefer to do, to be honest, is just get my own block of tempeh and make my own rashers. There's a vlog of it on the channel. Very easy to do, delicious.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, of all the different kind of bacony type substitutes that are out there, I've said this before. I'm personally not a massive fan of tempeh being used as a bacon alternative, but that's just my personal preference in terms of tempeh itself.
I don't mind it if it's the right thickness and it's got a good amount of flavour.
Right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit and then I will scroll back up and just make sure that we've not missed anything significant or important. Good opportunity this evening while we are here, particularly for any new subscribers. If you have any burning questions, it might be something to do specifically with Veganuary, with your vegan journey in general. it might be something to do with what happens beyond January and Veganuary. We are here to answer any questions that you might have within reason as best we can. And as Louise says, and as Paul often says in our vlogs, always check your labels. It's very important.
Keith asks, will we be celebrating Burns Night, 25th January? No.
No.
It's not.
It's not something we celebrate, Keith.
I never have. It's a very Scottish thing, isn't it? Burns Night. But yes, I'm very aware that there's lots of vegan haggis about now to be enjoyed, of course, with tatties and neeps. Because it'd be a dude, no, it do. I want to eat. Oh, Leanne, have you heard the same as me, that there's been a change to the fries cream bars? So it might just be the new ones. I've not imagined that, have I? I'm sure I've read it somewhere. Do you like Bjork? Yes, very much.
Oh, yeah.
In particular, Debut, the first album.
Yeah.
I still love that album. It reminds me very much of the early 90s, summers in the early 90s.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Jane, what did you think of the Baby Bell? We actually really enjoyed them, didn't we? Although I still say the flavour reminded me of Dairy triangles.
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't mind that.
But no, we both quite liked it.
Yeah.
I'd still think it could probably bring the price down a little bit, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. It's... they seem a little bit excessive price-wise. But there was something quite nice about kind of doing the whole wax thing. With the first one we tried, we just had it as is. And then I think the second one, we sliced it thinly and had some on a cracker. And it was very nice. Very nice indeed.
Robin says, any vegan cheese suggestions? I'm really struggling with finding one I like. Tried Applewood and hated it. Looking for a substitute that has a similar taste to mild cheddar.
Okay.
I would recommend the Vitalite cheese. The Vitalite block. That's quite like a mild cheddar.
Yeah, although I would also say, I mean, correct me if you think that I'm wrong, but a lot of the vegan cheeses that say that they're mature or they're trying to kind of mimic a mature cheddar are often quite mild. So you'd probably, lean more in that direction anyway.
Yeah. So maybe try the Violife Mature bar block, and maybe if you see the Vitalite one, try that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're newly vegan, Robin. If you are, I would avoid any cheese for at the least 2 weeks, even better a month. Then try a vegan cheese or two, and they might taste completely different. You got to get that cheese. Cheese is one of the worst things for being. It is actually quite addictive, and you got to work it out your system, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a big one for me, cheese and eggs, 8 years ago when I went vegan, because I went vegan from vegetarian. So cheese and eggs were massive in my diet. Oh,
Well, I just highlighted something and then it jumped. And then when I scrolled back up, it wasn't highlighted anymore. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. But anyway. Ashley says, no, you were right, Paul. It was on a vegan news blog. Yeah.
I thought it was somewhere.
Yeah, we've tried the cocoa cheese, haven't we?
Yeah, but we haven't been able to get it very often. We got it from Heron a couple of times, and I think Fulton's in Ashton. You know, like Fulton's Foods.
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to. No, I think that's probably it. Sarah says, can I ask if I should be worried about hitting a protein target every day? I've only been vegan for 4 months, so still learning. Love you vlogs. Thank you so much, Sarah. I would say, unless you are an athlete, no. That's the simple answer. Unless you are a competing athlete, if you're eating a well-balanced vegan diet, you don't need to worry about your protein.
No, the only thing you need to be aware of is B12.
Yes.
And it's better to either take a supplement or eat some fortified foods or lots of greens. You can do it with lots of greens and stuff, but it's always better to cover yourself anyway with a really good, simple, vegan multivitamin and mineral.
Yeah.
If you can.
When we were a few years back, prior to Shimarona, when we had a gym membership and we were doing the gym on average 3 times a week, sometimes 4, we would have a protein shake now and again, a vegan protein shake, just to bring up our protein level a little bit. But I don't think it's anything you need to worry about too much.
Chris, would you guys ever try Freely's diet for a day?
Is she raw?
I'm not sure, but I can't stand her. She's blatant and a disgusting misandrist. And if the world is prepared to call out misogynists, I don't see why we should have a problem with calling out misandrists. She hates men.
Fair.
She ignores men. She channels her channel to women, just vegan women. Can't stand her. I think she's appalling. I would say exactly the same if it was a man in the same situation. So no, I have no respect for Freely at all.
Denise says, I want to try the baby bell. I haven't found it yet. Yeah, it's a bit like gold dust. It's this, but isn't this what happens when people start kind of raving about a new product that comes out? And then, of course, we all hit the shops and then it becomes quite difficult to get hold of. We haven't yet tried, but I know it's out. Excuse me, the vegan Philadelphia, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is exclusive to Tesco's, at least initially, as far as I'm aware.
It does my idea when
the exclusivity.
Yeah.
It's like when they bring computer games out and it's like exclusive to Xbox or whatever.
Denise, will you both get a holiday this year? Denise, I'm going to have to say, honestly, doubtful.
As in abroad?
Yeah, very doubtful.
Abroad, doubtful.
We're just not in the financial situation. Maybe a couple of camping trips.
Yeah, I think UK is a lot easier and more realistic for this year, isn't it? Yeah. Holly says, please try and air fry the baby wells.
Someone's done it.
Yeah.
Someone's done it. He wrapped them in breadcrumbs and apparently they're fantastic. Dipped them in summer. It might have been aquafaba or some aquafaba and nooch. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
And then breadcrumbs. But actually, I think he deep fried them. Apparently, they're outstanding.
Beck Groveside. I've been vegan since 1986 and have not monitored my protein intake, but seem to still be here, string and healthy.
Can I,
of course,
take over this?
How long have we been vegan for now? 7 years?
8.
8 years.
Yeah.
So there you go, Lucy. Oh, Kirsten, it's the Baby Bell's the only vegan cheese that local Sainsbury's has.
Wow. Have a word with the manager.
How random. Beck strong.
Have a good word with the manager. The next best thing, that's honestly way too big a question to be answering on a live. I would just don't rely on YouTubers to give you all the information you need. You've got to put the legwork in. You have to do your own research. By and large, some of the things that are marked as suitable for vegetarians but when you look in the ingredients, there is clearly no egg, no dairy, and no honey. It could be that further down it says may contain traces of, so it could be that something's vegan by ingredient, but it's something you learn as you go along, and it's important that you learn it as you go along, I think, because it sticks with you more.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's see how that was like a couple of minutes of conversation to explain why it's too in-depth to go into.
Yeah.
You get me?
I think the main thing is, as Paul says, it's to just be aware of the cross-contamination aspects, because I do think a lot of people get a bit confused about that, and they're not sure where to kind of draw their line in the sand. If something isn't clearly marked vegan. But like Paul said, it's an organic process in terms of kind of learning as you go, getting used to reading the labels, and then the more that you get used to reading labels, it becomes quicker and quicker and easier over time.
Oh yes, could we have some more thumbs up, please? There are 152 watching.
Oh, we forgot, didn't
we? And only 68 thumbs up. Now, you can close the chat, like the video, reopen the chat, and it'll all still be there. You won't miss a damn thing. Not a thing. And those likes really help with the YouTube algorithm. It's a bugger.
It loves the thumbs up, as do we.
Denise, thank you so much, darling, for the super chat.
Thank you, Denise. Greatly appreciated. Leanne, he's a tired lad. He's a tired lad.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Very well not, he says.
Alex, no, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. Although we have just found out this evening about a rather interesting documentary that is on the way called Cow, which is following basically the life of a cow, one particular cow for a period of time, and shining a light on the dairy industry as a whole. So that's going to be probably quite a hard watch, but quite an interesting one to look out for. That was on BBC Film Review with Mark Commode earlier on tonight. Thank you, Alison. Oh, Annie, yes. I've read my way through hundreds of miles of ingredients. You soon learn what to look for. Yes. Rosie has tried the Oomph kebab pieces today. Loved them.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
The Oomph stuff's pretty good, isn't it? To be fair?
We like making wraps with them.
Yeah.
Do a nice big salad and some of them, and just have it in wraps.
Yes.
Oh, we watched.
She's just sat in a box on the rocking chair. There we go. That's all right. Yeah.
She's a funny little girl.
I'll leave you to it.
Cute as hell.
Michael, good question. And yes, actually. Yeah. Very, very positively, I would say, which was I actually found quite surprising. And he was talking also about a couple of other friends of his who are also sort of film critics, as it were, or in the industry, who were also equally impacted by it. In a saying basically that it's one of these things that's very subtle. It's a non-preachy kind of just sort of showing you exactly what it is.
Welcome, Rachel.
Ah, yes, welcome, Rachel.
Oh, don't have to move quick, don't it?
Yeah, it just jumps sometimes, doesn't it? Princess Isis. Yes. She doesn't quite know what to make of the box situation.
Oh, we tried the Aldi. Oh, in fact, it was in our last meals vlog. We tried the Aldi salt and vinegar battered fish.
Oh,
It was lovely.
Yes, it was
Wasn't
really
it?
good. It was. Fair play to Aldi. Like we've said, like we will continue to say, let's just see what happens after January when it comes to Aldi. And some of the others, to a certain extent, Lidl, you know. Denise says, don't you both think I could be trusted with a white hoodie for your merch, lol?
Well, I've cooked in this one. I've cooked borscht in this.
True. It's true.
And ribollita. One beetroot based, one tomato based, and Norris spot. So yeah, we watched on Amazon Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's actually $13.95 to buy it, but we were like, right, that's £7 each. We'd pay more than that to go to the pictures. We're in the comfort of our own home. We could pause it anytime we want and go and have a wee or whatever. So it's so good. If you're a fan of the first Ghostbusters film, if you're a fan of any of them, but in particular the first Ghostbusters film, watch it.
It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't want to harp on about it too much, partly because I don't want to give anything away, and two, because I don't want to bore anybody that isn't particularly interested in watching the new Ghostbusters film. But suffice to say, it is definitely high on the recommendation list from us. It's just a beautiful film. It captures the nostalgia, but there's some fantastic acting in it. The music is fabulous. The story's great. How they've kind of picked it all up and where it's up to, kind of sort of 30 years later, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex asked an interesting question. I've got a good answer for you. There was a chicken which had a great life. They got one of its feathers and grew many cells, this is a hypothetical, from it and created nuggets. No suffering for the chicken. Would you eat them? No. Because now, as a vegan, I question why I would ever want to eat the flesh of another living creature. I pick a tomato, it grows back. I take a chicken's leg, I disable it or for life or kill it. There's no way around it. Take a tomato, it grows back. So, and that's always the thing now. So even if the chicken meat was, I don't want to eat ever again anything that comes from a living thing. When there are great soya and pea and wheat based products so I can still get the flavors I had as a meat eater and never, but there's nothing, remotely animal about it.
I think it's going to split an audience, to be honest. The whole cell grown meat, lab grown, lab meat. I think it's gonna split the jury, to be honest, which is often the case because human beings are complex and weird. Hello. Yeah, it's going to split the jury. I don't know how I feel about it. I think the bottom line is, it's something that they've taken what they needed to from the animal to then synthesize a product, and then they can kind of mass distribute it and grow it in labs. I think because we're already vegan, like you said,
that's the thing.
We know what we like, we know what we enjoy.
I'd be like, well, I don't need to because there's all this other stuff.
But if it's a way to end factory farming, then I'm all for it. If it's a way to massively reduce factory farming, which I think a lot of the investment that's going into lab-grown meat is basically going in that direction, and they're kind of saying, this is how we, we continue to feed the world, because there's so many people across the world, unfortunately, that are obsessed with eating animals. Then they want to try and create the most accurate facsimile of that for the masses. So yeah, it's a difficult one. Good question though, really good question, Alex. Nice one. Peter says, I loved the new Ghostbusters.
You're just showing off now these days, aren't you? That's what this is all about. This is just showing off. Is what this is. Is this fur grown back yet?
It's getting there, isn't it? Little by little.
Hey, love.
Okay.
Hey, love. Where's your fat belly? What's your got such a fat belly? Oh, it's a massive fat belly.
Lots of comments on the lab meat. Most people not keen on actually having it.
Well, it comes down to need, isn't it? It's like if the world was short of soya and wheat and pea proteins to make the things that we now have as a normal part of our diet.
Yeah.
And that was a guarantee. All we've done is take a feather.
Yeah.
That's it. And here's Larry, the chicken, Luke. And he's fine and dandy and happy. And, or if I was going straight from meat eating to not wanting to hurt sentient beings, I'd be all for it. And I'm all for them having it as a bridge. But it's like there needs to come a time when we cut out the middleman. We don't need animals to survive. We treat them abhorrently.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not fair. It's not fair because we don't need to. Oh, Alex, 4 months being a member. Thank you very much, Alex, for being a member for 4 months. And to all of our
channel members
and patrons who have no other expectations from us but just want to help support what we do because we love it.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And also a shout out of thanks to... it's being very twitchy this evening.
It is.
This chat malarkey, unless it's our mouse scrolling malarkey. Peter, thank you for the super chat. What's your favourite thing to garden?
Do you mean grow?
I'm guessing that's what he means. And I'll take it as that anyway.
Pretty much everything we grow on our allotment.
I'm just thinking about the allotment, if there's anything jumping out.
I think rocket, spinach and chard. I think I got the most use out of those three.
Yeah,
things, because the lettuces we grew a lot of those limp ones, didn't we? We weren't keen.
Yeah, they were all right. Yeah.
We had some.
Yeah,
but we ended up feeding a lot of them to just animals.
I have to be honest. I actually think the most satisfying thing for me that we grew this year was the tomatoes.
Yeah, because we didn't have any expectations,
and because we had that struggle.
Yeah,
but we still managed to get loads of tomatoes.
Yeah.
And that was quite rewarding because we kind of started them off at home, in the kitchen near the back door on a little shelving unit, and then they kind of grew and grew and grew, and then we took them to the allotment, and then there was the whole blight issue, and some of them we lost, some of them we kept. Anyway, it's all online, vlogged in our allotment vlogs,
which will be starting again very soon.
Yeah, it's gearing up, isn't it? It's nearly gearing up time. Yeah.
Got a lot of work to do down there to get it ready for the next planting bonanza. Yeah.
Mitchell says, Paul taught me how to make scrambled tofu.
Not for the head on my chin.
Oh, Karen, that's lovely.
Not for the head on my chin. My God, you're beautiful, Isis.
She is, isn't she?
My God, you're beautiful.
Yeah, just going back to the lab meat thing for a second, because Rachel said here, yes, I think it would be easier for meat eaters if they're a bit hesitant on cutting it out, but I hadn't eaten meat for a while anyway, so I personally wouldn't. I think that's just it, isn't it? It's like, what was it we watched the other day, and somebody was testing the new KFC chicken nuggets. Was it Timmy? Is he called Timmy?
Yeah, Timmy's Takeout.
Now, this guy is somebody who eats.
Not a vegan.
He's not vegan. He eats all kinds of different stuff, all kinds of
fast food
reviews.
I support him because he's LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And I love how unreservedly camp and feminine
He's himself.
He is.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody like that.
Unabashed.
At all.
And he was basically like how his mind was blown.
Yeah, he was blown away.
I think the word he used was shooketh. He was shooketh.
I am shooketh.
So if KFC right now, right here, right now, well, in the States, I don't know. Is it available over here?
I think they are soon.
Yeah?
I think the same thing.
He said he could not tell the difference. He could not tell the difference. And this is somebody who eats chicken nuggets like all the time. So it's fascinating, genuinely fascinating what they are starting to be able to achieve with alternatives to get people on that journey without lab grown.
Everyone saw your scrunchy face.
It's interesting, though. It is. It's very interesting. And I know there's a lot of money being ploughed into it. It's been taken very seriously by a lot of very wealthy people and companies. So watch this space, I guess.
He's so
fancy. Jane says, my Lucy is watching ISIS on my mobile. She keeps putting her paw on the screen.
Such a beautiful, fancy girl.
That's a good point. Is it Leroy or is it Tracy? It's usually Tracy, isn't it?
It is.
Personally, with the folks that are unwilling to go veg or vegan, I think that the lab-grown meats are inevitable because of the unsustainability of factory farms. Really good point. Really good point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I support it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't want it.
Yeah, it's not for us, is it?
No.
I wouldn't, because of everything we've already said.
I'm happy with my peas.
Yeah, a nice pea medley.
Oh,
you can't beat a nice pea medley. Do you know what I mean? Smotman asks, will you be going to the next VCO? It's the same as it was last time we were asked this, I think a couple of weeks ago on a live stream. I'm still 60-40.
Yeah, all depends on the situation come the time. I read somebody the other day, someone who's been booked to appear, and she'd written, excited to see you all in July. Is it in July this year?
I don't know. I know it's an extra day now. That's confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good.
And I was a bit annoyed, to be honest, to see Bimini Bomb Boulach, she's called, booked.
Why?
Because for the last 3 years, the vegan queens have been pleading to get to vegan camp out.
It's just marketing 101. It's
I know,
popularity
it's like,
101.
But they've been on telly, of course. Yeah. I know. I just thought it was really like...
That's just how the world works, babes. There's no getting away from that. It's, you're on a major platform like that.
Well, number 10 Downing Street is how politics works, but I still speak out about it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I just don't think there's any kind of... Politics can be changed. I don't think the industry, the entertainment industry can be changed, unfortunately.
I think veganism needs to look after its own and not wait for people to get famous before they highlight them.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I do. I wish we lived in that world. Ashley says, Isis, why are you so damn cute? You have no right being so gorgeous. Yes. No right being so gorgeous. I'm getting distracted now. I do apologise. Sarah, yes, shout out. Well, she's not said shout out, but I'll shout it out.
Bye, love you.
Earthling Ed has published a new book called This is Vegan Propaganda that gets rave reviews. Excited to get stuck into it on a cold winter's afternoon evening. You know what? A lot of respect for Earthling Ed, a lot of respect for what he does, and a lot of respect for how he does it and the kinds of people that he takes on in his very, very intelligent discussions and debates that he has. I haven't really got a bad word to say about him. And when we went to Vegan Camp Out, he was doing the shifts just like everyone else, selling his vegan fish and chips.
Oh yeah, he was on the Unity.
Yeah.
The Unity wagon. We walked by at about 10 o'clock in the morning, he was there. We walked by about 8 o'clock at night, he was there.
Yeah.
So people were like, you've not been there all day, have you, lad?
Yeah. Spot on.
You probably have, though.
Top guy. Like I said, a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect for Earthling Ed. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Yeah, I'm wondering whether the battery might be going in the mouse because this does seem particularly twitchy this evening. A little bit, but I don't want to fiddle now. Now we're doing what we're doing. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to slowly try to scroll down. Oh, nice, Jane. I've been getting my seeds ready for sowing and ordering seed potatoes and onions ready for the new season, checking the garlic and onions already growing. Fabulous. Oh, Denise.
Denise, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Hi, sis. Denise has sent you a £5.
I'll get you some nice soup, cat soup treats. Oh, another film.
Scott.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I eats meat, but cut down 4 out of 7 meals. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Well done, Scott.
Really. Had the mac plant yesterday. It was amazing. I thought it was actually a lot more flavourful than the normal burgers. Now, Scott, if you like a burger, so do we.
We love a burger.
Try a Linda McCartney's quarter pounder cooked in oven so that there's still juice coming out of it. Man, still one of our favourite burgers.
Yeah, totally. But thanks for sharing that as well, Scott. And, you know, all the best on the journey, because it is a journey.
It is a journey.
And
you've made a huge reduction.
Big time.
You know, thanks for that.
Yeah. Yvonne says KFC has the no chicken nuggets in the USA, but fried in the same oil as real chicken, also not gluten-free. Unfortunately, that is a shame for those people who are gluten intolerant. And also, of course, I think that's probably, we were talking about this just the other day, weren't we? That's where I would draw, that's where my line in the sand is in terms of cross-contamination, right there. So thank you for mentioning that, Yvonne. That's where my line in the sand is. I wouldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't accept that. So packaging where it says it may contain, because as Paul said before, you know, it's made in a factory where 100 meters the other side, they're making something with like crustaceans or, you know, milk powder or something like that. And it might, a bit of dust particle might cross over, but being cooked in the same oil, no, thank you.
Charles says, what do you think about B12 supplements? Sometimes needed, unless you eat a lot of dirt, because B12 actually comes from dirt, which animals eat, and that's how it gets into animals, because they eat dirt. But we take 2 vegan vitamins in a morning. In fact, I'll show you them. I shall get rid of these cups, Jason.
Okay.
And I shall maybe bring a spot of wine in.
Yes.
Spot of wine barrel.
A spot of red.
Mildred,
to end
wine.
the evening.
Here, Jeff. You can be showing them and tell folk about them.
Okay, so this is what we have from Holland & Barrett, which is the vegan multivitamin and mineral, which is there. Sorry, it's not the clearest. That's the best spot. You'll be able to see it. I'd like to be able to tell you how much they are, but 9 times out of 10 when we go into Holland & Barrett, there's always some kind of offer on where it's like,
I think they're £5.99.
£5.99, but nearly always it's like buy one get one for 1 pence, or buy one get one half price, or off the case. And then this ProWise Healthcare Vegan Vital Complex, source of vitamins and minerals. Just pop that there as well.
That's very, that's kind of iodine, selenium, that kind of thing, all kind of immunity boosting stuff. So,
yes. Oops.
Peter, I did hear about the fried chicken head in the KFC. It's funny though, isn't it, how people are appalled when parts of an animal's body turn up in the parts of an animal's body they've ordered. Funny that, isn't it?
Oh, that's cool.
What?
Tracy and Leroy. We, and by we I mean Leroy, planted herbs and cherry tomatoes and mixed baby greens in our hydro garden the other day. So it's a start.
Fantastic.
That sounds epic. That's brilliant. Really brilliant. And Dorcas, we are definitely going to grow tomatoes, sun gold this year. We missed them last year. So tasty. I think we're going to grow tomatoes again, aren't we? But we're not going to grow as many, and we're going to take better care of them.
Yeah, we'll do, like we might do perhaps 6 or 7 or 8 plants, but in 1s or 2s. So 2 of them, 1 of them.
Yeah.
2, you know,
Yeah.
try and get a nice variety of them going.
Definitely. I'm going to scroll down, and I can always scroll back up again.
Oh, Alex, thank you, darling, for the super chat. And
thank you.
Thank you for appreciating the daily vlogs.
Yes.
We just hope that they are helpful.
Yeah. We appreciate being appreciated.
We haven't started watching Get Back yet.
No, I am eager to watch it, though. I really am eager to watch it. But it's a big commitment. It's a big commitment. And our time, particularly throughout December, even over the festive period, we only really took 2 days off. And then, of course, throughout January, we've been busy boys, haven't we? And we can commit to, like, a couple of films because it's not as much of a commitment. Like a 90-minute film, we can just about commit to that and watch it. So we watched Ghostbusters last night, as we said. The other night, I wanted to mention the other film that we watched that we were really impressed with. Horror. Appreciate not everyone's genre. His House. His House.
Oh my God. The two main actors.
So good. Such a good horror film.
What they called?
Such a good horror film.
I've got to name them because they're that good.
But no, Da Vinci Music, we will definitely get around to watching it at some point, without a doubt, because we're both big fans of the Beatles.
His House cast. See, I knew there'd be hard names for me.
Wunmi Musaku and Sope Dirisu. I've probably butchered that, but yeah.
God, they're good.
Phenomenal actors. Absolutely. The film blew me away. I think partly, I'll be honest. It's a British horror. So my expectations were not particularly high going in.
However, it has the psychological elements of Babadook. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
I'll say nothing else.
Say no more.
It's really worth watching.
Oh, thank you for the reminder, Alex. Yes, if you're enjoying the live stream, and we do appreciate it's a Friday night, it's a chilled one in our lounge, but if you're enjoying it, do please give us a thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated. And it genuinely really helps. Also, before I forget, because I think I did forget on our last live stream, and I apologise for that, I'd like to just take a moment, as we often do, to send love and hugs to Mum and Dad, who watch literally all of our stuff that we put on YouTube. And they always tune into our lives, or they'll watch them after if for whatever reason they can't.
Victoria, you know me, right? Let's read that, chaps. Did you cry like I did at Ghostbusters? You know the bit I mean. Bit.
Hey, you know what? I said this afterwards.
There are about 5 for me.
It didn't get me quite as much as I thought it was going to.
There are about 5 bits for me that were really... But obviously, the bit was beautiful. As what I tell you what I can't be doing with. I can't be doing with it. Contact did the same thing. In fact, I'll just say that at the end of Contact, after all the... I think it's after all the...
Be careful now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Because it was Carl Sagan that wrote Contact, it just comes up and says, for Carl. But it does it at a very particular movement in the music. And it broke me. Similar situation. Guys, did you stick around for the 2 extra bits? Because there are 2. There's one in the middle of the credits, and then there's one
Right at the end.
very, very end of the credits.
Yeah. So if there anybody who hasn't watched the new Ghostbusters film yet and is wanting to and is planning to, do stay tuned and watch it right to the very end, or fast forward through some of the credits until you get to the very end. Angela says, watched all 3 series of Lost in Space, really liked it, hoping for a spin-off with Will Robinson and the robot. Yes.
We love Lost in Space, although I can't remember how this last series ended.
We recommended it a few weeks ago, didn't we? And I remember how the season ended, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's spoilers.
You have to tell me after, because I can't remember. This is the thing from seeing...
Well, she's just given you a massive clue right there as to how the 3rd season ended. I'll send her more. Ashley, the legends, Mum and Dad Brom. Thank you, Ashley. That's lovely of you. Oh, Rebecca, that sounds lovely that you eat vegetable meals, vegetable-based meals half the week. That's awesome. I think a lot of vegans do, to be fair. I mean, you know, other than the as we've covered a lot of the stuff in Veganuary in terms of the new processed stuff that's freely available in supermarkets, and there's a plethora, as we've said. But yeah, having your diet made up predominantly of fruits and vegetables is not going to be a bad thing at all.
I did think, though, Victoria, I would have probably done the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I would have been gone by then. It was only because we were enjoying the music and I was still crying. And we were just like, we have a tendency to just let things play out these days, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we saw the very end bit and we were like, oh, I was like, yeah. And it's nice and open.
I said to Paul tonight in the kitchen. I think it was when I was making our coffees before, or a little bit earlier on. I was like, I want to watch it again, and it's very rare for me, or for us even. It's very rare for us to watch a film and then literally within like 24 to 48 hours be like, I could happily sit and watch that again. It's that good.
Well, Denise is going to buy a white hoodie this evening, and Denise, why wouldn't you? Look at this vegan. Look at this vegan message. Look at that. Vegan for Luke. It's lovely. And there's a simpler version as well with a not a 3D Earth. It's not a flat Earth, but it's not 3D. It just hasn't got the shine there, and just black writing there.
There you go. Nice.
But cheers, Denise.
Mitchell says,
everything helps.
Any plans for future cooking videos? I love them.
Yes, I'm doing this weekend. I'm doing noodle soup because I've been talking about doing it for ages, and I promised I was going to do it this week, so it has to be this weekend.
Yes.
However, it might be Sunday when it's filmed. And so it might not be up until early next week, but it will be filmed this week. I'm definitely doing a noodle soup. But yeah, I'm going to try and do, because I only did it on a live, I would like to give a bit more coverage to the ease of the deli turkey from 8 to 6 eats. So I'll probably do that on a vlog as well. But yeah, there's a few more bits coming.
Yeah,
we've always got stuff like that.
Leonie says, I did a 20-minute stretching workout today. It lasted 5 minutes and nearly died. Small steps, Leonie, small steps. That's what I say. Definitely. And Leanne, interesting point. We tend to eat a lot of plant meals. After nearly 8 years vegan, I'm put off by most meat replacements. That's fair. I totally understand that.
I noticed Angrad before. Sorry, Angrad, I forgot to mention. Angrad had said, I'm wearing the same top as my drag mum tonight.
Oh, I didn't see that. Nice.
She's got hers on as well.
Nice. Hope you and the family are good, Angrad.
Mary, I love that. Too early for wine here, so I'm going to pour myself a vodka and soda.
Excellent, Mary.
Angela, I treated myself to a clearly marked vegan grey hoodie. Love it.
Nice.
Marvellous.
Nice. Yes, nice one. Thank you, Metal Kicks Ass, for
Yes,
that.
we also saw Timmy review that as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe so,
He
yeah.
did the Chipotle vegan chorizo because it was in bits.
Yeah.
He had it on a couple of things, but he had it with like dairy cheese and dairy sauces, so kind of defeated the object.
Oh, I would not. I don't think we would be confident enough, Alex, to give any tips on growing chilies because we grew them for the first time this year, and although we did have some success, it took an awful long time. And they're quite slow, they're quite difficult. It might be that some breeds are easier to grow than others, but I would not be confident enough to give any sound advice on growing chilies.
Actually, I've had a chesty cold for I had it last on last week's live when we did, and it's very chesty. I've checked myself COVID and I got it, but I've had a cough. You know the kind of cough that gives you an headache.
Nasty.
I've had one of them.
Nasty. Going back to what I was saying before, though, I'd just have a go. Have a go at it. Because that's all we did, Alex. Just have a go at it and see what happens. I know they need a lot of heat. They need a lot of heat and a lot of sunshine, not sunlight, sunshine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amber. Our fur babies never last long enough, do they? But I'm sure that they had a wonderful life with you. And that's an important thing to remember.
Yeah, that's definitely worth holding on to. Although we both appreciate you're going to be broken for a while, and that's completely understandable. Completely understandable. Sam, you are welcome, and thank you for the kind words. Just discovered your channel, loved the Aldi shop. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Sam. That's part of why we do what we do. Well, not so people will love what we do, but to be helpful, to help people out, particularly through Veganuary. And we haven't mentioned it yet. Now is as good a time as any to mention it.
Oh, we recently reached 13,000 subscribers. So
woo!
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you to all of you.
Yeah.
For being subscribed and staying subscribed to the channel. And
for spreading the word and encouraging other people to come over and pay us a visit, because that always helps as well. Spread the word, spread the love. But yeah, we're chuffed. We're chuffed. And as we've said in previous vlogs, we like the organic growth. It's particularly nice when we get a little bit of a spurt at the start of the new year, which has took us over the 13K. And long may it continue. It's lovely. It's lovely that the channel continues to grow, and we never sort of take it for granted. Just scroll down.
Yeah.
Oof. Thank you, Mary. Tamcon. This explains all the new names in the chat. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to kind of see. It's nice to see the regulars, of course. It's always nice to see the regulars, and it's greatly appreciated. But it's nice to see some new people in the chat as well. Absolutely. Thank you to all of you for the congratulations.
Oof, that just proper moved. We miss some things on the chat, guys. It's been really jittery tonight. We slightly move the mouse and it goes moves loads, and then it's so. I'm sorry if we've missed. We're just gonna try and. We're just gonna have to try and.
Yes, Leanne says, yeah, and a massive boost in the members of the Facebook group.
Yes, yeah,
which is awesome. If we have, if you've got any burning questions, and we may have missed them, then stick caps on, write in capitals, and we'll see if we can get around to answering a few more questions before we wrap things up for this evening.
Yeah. So there will be Iceland vlog tomorrow. Quite a good one, actually. was quite impressed today in there. And then we've still got a couple to do, haven't we? Co-op.
Yeah, we're going to do the co-op.
And probably M&S.
Do we bother with Lidl? Do we bother doing Lidl?
No, I would rather not. I don't like the staff or the management.
They're very militant. They're very militant in there.
Oh, as you probably saw, it was funny that today. We were just like in that aisle in Morrison's, and this manager comes walking down looking right at me. And I could tell it was a manager, white shirt, tie.
Brittany mic on.
You all right? I went, yeah.
Yeah.
You all right? I clicked straight away. I was like, yeah, we're vlogging. We're just covering all the vegan stuff. We have a YouTube channel. We've been in here loads.
Of times.
I did that first. Been in here loads because we have vlogging in there. It's like, what? Yeah, have you just noticed us or something? He was like, oh, all right, yeah, and started talking about the packaging and stuff, and off he took.
So we've got loads of stuff in now. Yeah. Mary says, I watched your Goji Man video. How horrifying that you went through that.
Yeah, it weren't nice.
It was not nice at all.
Mary.
And thank you for watching it though, Mary.
There's going to be a longer version, probably at the end of this year. That's just the kind of proof of concept version. So, you know, one of the things I did, there you go. That's what I did for a living for a while.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't do bar work anymore, and that would be why.
Oh, thank you, Alison. Congrats, guys. Love the channel. You so deserve it. Thank you.
Oh, Aaron, that's a massive question. Man, watch our shopping vlogs. We cover them in every single shopping vlog. We cover wines.
Yeah.
Like every shopping vlog. Where do you shop? Search for it in our shopping vlogs. You'll find loads.
It is dependent on where you shop. What I would say is...
Depends what you drink, white or red.
There's another point I'd like to make as well on that note, because it's important. Don't bother trying to get wine from Asda. Full stop. Just don't bother trying to get vegan wine from Asda. It's not worth it.
We can't find any labelled in there.
It's not worth it.
We gave up.
About six times now we've tried.
Yeah, we've looked at about 20 bottles, and none of them were. But there are wines marked vegan in every other supermarket.
Yeah.
The best ones for it are Tesco and Aldi.
Sainsbury's is up there as well.
And the Co-op.
Yeah. Aldi, I would say, is probably the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And that's across the range, not just red wines. So I hope we've at least answered that a little bit. Anyway.
Gina, you're asking a question that we've spoken about in the last 5 minutes. Are you listening to us speak?
She might not be.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I know.
Because just in the last 5 minutes, we've said, no, we won't be going to Lidl. We don't like Lidl. Lidl were really, really rude with us.
Do you remember when I said the militant?
And we don't go very often at all. So
we're not fans.
No, we won't be going to Lidl. It's the one store I'm not happy to vlog in at all. I feel really uncomfortable the second I go in.
Yeah.
And I realised that last time I went, I was like, I don't want to come here anymore. The first time we went, we got asked to stop filming and leave. So,
there you go. Leonie says, I have been super scared going into Morrison's since I put activism stickers around the place. Think I'm going to stay outside, not inside shops. Have to be careful, even if I was meaning well. I think that's a very valid point that you make there, Leonie. And whenever we participate in activism in whatever form, and this links actually to what Paul was just saying about Lidl, we have to also remember that activism has an impact on us and has an impact on your mental health and your anxiety levels and all of those things. So it's always important to be considerate in the type of activism that you partake in.
I've often wondered about the effectiveness of stickers on products in supermarkets, because if it was the way around, if somebody came and put a load of pro meat stickers on vegan stuff, how would you feel? That's probably exactly how they'd feel. Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
I think you've got to be open to it.
I don't know.
I think people have got to be open to it. They've got something in them has to be open to wanting to learn something about veganism or about the truth about factory farming or the vegan alternative. There's got to be something, because otherwise they'll just come from a place of complete and utter 100% cognitive dissonant defense. What's this? Look at this. No wonder people hate vegans. Sticker on this. Do you know what I mean? Although on the other hand, as a vegan, I'm like, yeah, plant that seed. But I just don't know whether it's effective.
Well, sometimes it takes multiple seeds, doesn't it? Sometimes it takes various impacts on a person. So that might be one impact, and then a week later they're impacted by something else, and then a week later.
Well, that's
That's
obvious. I'll refer back to my first point. How would you feel if you saw a lot of pro-meat stickers on vegan goods in the shop? How would it make you feel? What would you think about the person who put them there?
I'll think they were an idiot.
Right. And that's
But it's not the same thing. It's different.
But it is to them, though. It's not to you because you're vegan.
Yeah.
It's very hard to not think like a vegan when you are a vegan. But I do question the validity of stuff like that. But even stuff like, cubes and stuff like that, even though I want to take part in that, the only people that will stop and pay attention are the people that are already open to it. Most people will look the other way and walk on by because they're not interested.
Chris and Will says, agreed, spent a stupid amount of time looking for vegan wine in Asda. They do a Toro, but it's not worth the effort looking. Anywhere else is better. Yes. I just put these back in the cupboard.
They don't go in the cupboard. They don't go in the cupboard.
Oh, no.
They haven't gone in the cupboard for a couple of months.
Go right there, don't we, in the basket. Let's see where we're up to. Yes, Jane. Yeah, Aldi and Tesco's for vegan wines. Jane agrees.
Yeah, Leone, absolutely. It does depend on what the sticker says, but I won't repeat the point again. The point still stands. You have to sometimes not think like a vegan to get the impact of what you do will have on somebody else. I know, because I've done things that have failed in the past and I had the opposite reaction to what I thought, like the Pink Triangle Theatre leaving those envelopes on buses and at bus stops, and the Pinksy project.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't have the effect I'd hoped at all. It made people angry. People are weird. People are weird and incredibly defensive, and egos are so strong. But like I said, it's we all do what we do, as long as we question ourselves and the validity of what we do. Otherwise, we always think we're right. This chat tonight is really terrible.
Well, it's not the chat. I think it's the mouse.
Chris and Will, you mentioned that today, but what did you say in Morrison's and we didn't film it?
Oh yeah, about how there might be vegans have started putting vegan stuff in meat sections.
That's what it looks like.
Sometimes
we found a packet of vegan sausages today, right at the side of meat sausages in Morrison's.
Yeah, Yeah,
And he was like, is it happening the opposite way now?
That absolutely was, because it wasn't like it was like one packet of vegan sausages. It wasn't like a row of vegan sausage. It was just one packet that had been kind of put there. So,
Chris and Will, I often wonder, is that deliberate, or did someone just think, I don't want that? No.
Yeah.
And they don't think. Because the meat eater wouldn't necessarily think, oh God, I can't put that near vegan stuff.
Yeah.
They would. Why would they think that? They're not on the same wavelength at all. What we do is alien to them. So I don't know. It's I mean, it always pees me off, always, when I see it. But I think, nah, was that done with malice? Or, you know.
Yeah.
See you later, Yvonne.
Then there were, it's gone. Then there were two. Yeah, I do all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do always move meat out of our vegan vegetarian section when I see it. Yeah, then there were two. They work in a supermarket apparently, and said some people are just lazy sometimes, and they just dump stuff where they want. Like you said, they don't think about it. They're just like, no, I don't want that. Dump it wherever.
Oh, Dorcas, we got your food porn. It's there.
Yes. Obviously more Paul's thing than my thing, but I have had a quick scan through it.
Beautiful cover.
Fantastic.
Beautiful. Still in the packet, but I've opened it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Ellie, there's a question. If you did a little dance when you say those vegan guys, what dance would you do?
It'd probably be something, because it's quite slow. It might be something more sort of ballet-esque, possibly. I don't know. Not being a natural dancer, it's something I would have to give some thought to, I think.
I think it would just all be arms with me.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I meant. Like ballet is quite.
I'd probably both out and then into a face pose like those vegan guys.
There you go.
Stay.
Nice. I think Daljit is heading off. Thank you for being here.
Yes, M&S wines. Thank you. I'd forgotten about them because we don't go that often. But a lot of M&S wines are vegan. We checked the labels last time we did a vlog there.
Yes.
In fact, we've got vlogs for M&S in our shopping playlist that you should definitely check out. Right, this chat is just being crazy, so I'm just scrolling to the bottom because I can't be bothered with it. Did you guys ever play any of the old side-scroller RPG games like Monkey Island or Day of the Tentacle? Did you?
Monkey Island, yeah, absolutely. I played loads of side-scrolling RPG, more side-scrolling platformers, RPGs, yes. No, I don't think I did play Day of the Tentacle, Will and Chris.
I've never heard of it.
But yeah, loads of them. Yeah, absolutely loads. I loved them. Ant Stream, I will say. Chris and Will and Chris, Ant Stream. If you're not aware of it, check it out. It might be something. It's a nice little retro fix whenever you need it.
Have I played any side-scrolling platformers? Yeah, that one on Steam with a little girl going through the mystical wood, and there's loads of. I mean, it's definitely a side-scrolling 2D platformer, but it's very modern, beautiful. Can't remember what it's called.
No, I can't remember what it's called.
There's a giant spider in it and everything. And
yeah.
Nice.
You can join up for free as well, Chris and Will, so you don't have to pay, and you get gems, and you get to play loads of retro video games for free online. It's fabulous, but proper old school games. Victoria, yeah, don't get me started. It's a tough world.
Humans, mind you, when we're the most ridiculous species I've ever known in my life. I might have only known this one. The American media is still obsessed with Trump. still covering him all the time. And now it's happened yet. It's like, what the hell is going on? And Boris Johnson is still the Prime Minister of this country. Still. After everything that's happened. We're useless. These people that have been dragged out and undrawn and quartered years ago.
It's a sad state of affairs. It is. Tracy and Leroy. It's not too bad. I think they are predicting that we're going to have snow soon. But it's been quite nice this afternoon, hasn't it? Weather-wise in the UK, particularly in our neck of the woods. It was actually quite lovely this afternoon for a few hours. Bit cold, but blue skies, sunshine. It was nice. But I think the snow and ice and the lower temperatures are on the way. We often get hit sort of end of January going into February, and then obviously it starts to get a bit milder end of March going into April.
Yeah, the whole thing about Prince Andrew, I was very shocked the other day when he handed back all his kind of positions and power to the Queen, and that makes me wonder whether that was willing. Here's me doing it out of the goodness of my heart, or whether she just was like, everything. You've done everything.
Yeah. I'm particularly fond, I have to just point out and reference that Tamcon used the word drubbed, which I really like, so thank you for that. Drubbed or drubbing is great in my book.
Ashleen, Tel Aviv is one of the worst places on earth. I don't care how vegan it is. Understand politics. Don't talk about Tel Aviv or Israel, please, in our chat. I am massively pro-Palestine, massively, and very aware of what the Israeli regime and military, who are conscripted, by the way, do to Palestinian people and their homes and their ancient olive groves, and I have no support for it whatsoever. And it is not anti-Semitism to say that. I will never celebrate anything Israel does until that changes. Just for the record.
Oh, Jane, thank you for being here and have a good rest of the evening. Take care. Metal Kicks asks, are y'all going to do any fast food places that are celebrating Veganuary, or local places y'all did some last year? Possibly.
Depends on the COVID situation. It's still pretty rife around these parts of the world. I'm not sure how I feel about stuff.
We might get a drive-through in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just get this, look at this, hear this now.
See, I try and be not giving too much away, and then just Paul tells you the full story. Let's just save it. We might get a drive-in in before, whilst we're still in Veganuary.
We might have had a local surprise in place.
Nadine, that's an interesting question. I think we can answer that one quite quickly, because it's a question we have answered before, but not for a good long while. Hello, have you both ever ate anything non-vegan accidentally? All your vlogs are fantastic. Thank you, Nadine.
Once, Nadine, me, about 3 months in to being vegan, I had a milkshake from Holland and Barrett. I think it was called Everything But the Moo.
Yeah.
I think it was called Everything But the Moo. And it was a dairy-free milkshake in a carton. And I was like, ooh, I bet that's lovely. Anyway, I'm drinking it and I'm like, this is proper sweet, this. Like, really sweet. Is it maple syrup? Check the ingredients. Honey. It wasn't marked as vegan. It just said dairy-free. And I fell for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only time.
And for me, I would say, I think it was the alcohol thing, and I think it was what was the ale that I always used to drink and really enjoy? Speckled Hen, Old Speckled Hen ale. And then it was, as you've kind of you go into the vegan thing, then you find out about that some alcohol isn't vegan, and then you're like, right, why isn't alcohol vegan? And you go on down that little rabbit hole. So I think it was Old Speckled Hen. I was still drinking that, and then I was like, oh, hang on, this isn't vegan. And then when we went down that rabbit hole, and then since then we've always bought, wherever possible, we've always bought alcohol that's vegan, haven't we?
Says vegan.
Yeah, wherever possible.
Have you both tried the vegan Mars milkshake? Have we?
No, but I think we tried the Bounty one, and we weren't particularly impressed with that.
Oh, those were the small bottles from Heron, weren't they?
I think so, yeah.
Individual.
I don't know if we've tried the Mars one.
Portions.
I suspect it probably is quite nice, Leona, to be honest. Oh, Alex, thank you for being here. We actually are going to be wrapping up ourselves fairly soon. We usually do somewhere between an hour and a half, normally an hour and a half on average, but it has been a long day.
It has been a long day.
Not just for us, but for a lot of you as well, I imagine.
Yeah, and we're going to just chill out now and relax for the rest of the evening. And our next, Michael Mitchell, yes, we have tried Veganaholics. It's gorgeous. However, if you leave it for a few weeks, it goes right hard. It's up through some out the other day. Galaxy Vegan Hot Chocolate's gorgeous. The one you make with water. Lovely. Right. Yes, we're going to go. We'll be back live next Sunday. Not this Sunday coming. A week on Sunday.
Yes.
At 3:00 in the afternoon. But there'll be an Iceland vlog tomorrow. There might even be a allotment snippet. If
there is, it'll be a short one. There'll be our usual meals.
I've only got a 2-minute bit on my phone.
I know. Yeah. There'll be a meals vlog on Tuesday, as always, with a lunchtime taste test from yours truly, of course. And there'll be loads more on the channel between now and the end of January, of course. It is the 14th today. Plenty of time. Thank you all for your thumbs up, your engagement, your chat, your sharing, your questions, all of that. 180 still in the house and 168 thumbs up. If you haven't, as we're wrapping up now, do consider giving us a quick thumbs up before we call it a night. It would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much to our two hardworking moderators this evening, Ashley and Leanne. You guys are much, much, much appreciated, but you know this already. Thank you so very much. Thank you to you all for joining us. Thank you to everyone who's clicked like and subscribed, to everyone who joins the channel, becomes a Patreon, or just watches and shares our stuff. Massively appreciate you guys. Love you, mister.
Love you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, loves.